This is VNN, the most trusted name in nonsense. Hello, and welcome to the new and improved Dullards Club.
Oh, don't be setting that bar.
Well, come on, it's basically the Dullards Club with a slightly new configuration. A different flair, if you will.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? You know, I was thinking about how we've opined on several occasions about the various aspects of the Three Stooges.
Oh, yes.
You know, we always seem to get into these conversations about it. And I wanted to ask a question, because this one I was flummoxed by this. In any of the jobs or occupations that they have done, and they've been, we'll probably cover 1,000 of them. Do you remember them ever having like a business plan? I mean, was there ever like a reason why they would actually make money doing what they're doing?
Except for the fishmongers, where they said, wait a minute, if we just buy a boat, we can cut out the middleman and then, make all the money ourselves. And most said, wait a minute, would you say? If we get a fish and the boater on the left, never mind when you didn't know what you were talking about, you really had something.
See, this is perfect, because the level of detail that you have in that particular scene.
It was just it was a perfect, and I don't mean to cut you off, but one of the things. No,
you're cutting me off. You do it all the time.
Of course, I'm thinking about, but it made me think about, I wonder how much of their stuff, I know there's always a writer in the credits. So to some extent it was scripted, but damn it, I don't think we appreciate the good actors that they were. Some of it, it's slapstick. But between the good writing and the way they executed the writing and performed it, it was so good.
Was it really writing or basically setting the stage?
That's what I was going to say. It's probably, 60% ad lib, right. 40% writing.
Right, improv. They probably gave him a structure. Here's an outline. Go for it, guys.
Yeah. Here you are walking into a place with a large board on your shoulder. Go.
And in the past we've talked about our favorite episodes, but
sure.
The thing that just occurred to me is my least favorite episodes are the musical ones where they actually sing a song.
There's
and
only
they have
been
a
one or two, right?
Dance number.
Wasn't the Woman Haters?
As opposed to the Woman Haters Club was all musical.
Exactly.
Yeah, there was like a couple of them that had musical
really?
aspects to them. Yeah.
But the other one, the one that I'm thinking about is where they were professors and they were trying to. I don't know what they were trying to teach. They were trying to.
The music.
Was it a music class or an alphabet class?
Swingin the Alphabet, right?
I don't mind some of the songs, like the episode where they do Voices of Spring, where the woman is trying to break into radio.
That was because that was a plot element. That other one when they put it was a Joe, I think, with Tiny, the big woman who was got a chance to sing a song. It was I think that was the quickest I ever turned off between Tiny and Joe, and singing that obnoxious song was okay, let's find a roadrunner.
And there's other episodes like the one where they're trying to do a stage show, and they have this dance routine with three girls on the rooftop. I forget what that one was.
I like those.
Was that the one with Niagara Falls?
Yeah, slowly we turn.
I turn.
Right, I think that was part of it. And the other one was when they were going to commit suicide, and the crazy piano player, he took him away with a straitjacket at the nut house after he teamed up with the three. They always had. Pat, you've talked in the past about, marrying above their pay grade or whatever the hell it's called. Whatever the term is. How did they meet those women? Except there was always one that ended up with Curly. Good.
You just reminded me of the time where they're picking. They meet the three girls and they can't decide who gets who. So they're picking their names out of the hat. I got Florabelle. I got Corabelle. I got Stetson. Which one is she?
They were all, and that's when I get into the whole, but I would think that might have been a scripted line. They still had to perform it as they did. Maybe it wasn't. And maybe, look, they repeated so many shticks and things in different episodes. They have to know them by heart now.
That's the reality of a lot of post-vaudeville acts, because when they were in vaudeville, they would do the same routines over and over and over again.
That's true.
That's right. They do it until they had it right. I had one more Stooge topic. One was, do we remember Stooge episodes, or do we remember the iconic bits that were part of the Stooge episodes?
I think they repeated a lot of bits in a lot of episodes. Well, I remember episodes. I don't necessarily remember the name of the episode, with the exception of violent is the word for curly. It was B-A-B, whatever it is. It was Men in Black.
Disorder in the Court.
Men in Black actually was nominated for a Academy Award, I believe, in the shorts category. Men in Black was. Yes. And then the other one was the, I just had it before. I was talking about it. Oh, Pardon My Scotch, which is the one with Verga Huggett.
It's funny, as I was looking at that, you can see Larry say Verga Huggett, and then Moe and Curly look at him. And they're not looking at it because he said something stupid or totally ridiculous. They're looking at it because he said something inappropriate.
Right. That's the thing. And everything's like, skip the gutter, down the hatch, whatever. Verga Huggett apparently is dropped dead or something like that. It's some negative, really kind of slur
it was some Yiddish thing that it was an inside joke.
But that was exactly why Moe and Curly looked at him like that.
Yeah. The funny thing is that I was thinking about this the other day, and it's probably because they were on the back nine of their careers.
Yeah.
But the movies that they did didn't seem as good as the TV shows.
They weren't. The telltale sign of when they jumped the shark to me is when you start seeing Larry with his hair slicked back instead of the porcupine. It's like, okay, they're on the back nine, as you said.
For me, it's any episode with Curly Joe or Joe Besser on.
Yeah, well,
after
that's coincidental oftentimes. The Larry with the hair slicked back.
We seemed like we're the first generation that had the Stooges, but they were already well past their prime by the time we were growing up and seeing them on TV.
Really?
So,
people would go to the movie theaters and watch their shorts.
Well, that's a good point. I forgot about
parents,
that.
They weren't obsessed with the Three Stooges. They kind of didn't, they didn't think they were anything special. They were just...
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot all about that because we only experienced them on TV.
Well, I don't know how we transition from this.
We transition by going...
The Daily Gripe.
Oh, God.
You got one, Don? Because I got nothing.
I do have one. I was thinking about it the other day because perhaps TMI, or I could switch it from toilet paper to paper towels, but the principle is the same. We're getting low on toilet paper.
The use is different, though.
Well, clearly.
Well, sometimes.
It better be. Yeah. I've yet to find a soft and fluffy paper towel. But anyway, we're down to our last, 3 rolls. And unlike the days of COVID when you have to hoard them, we get them when we need them now. Multi-packs. Let's take paper towels, for example, because who needs to buy more than a 6-pack of paper towels at a time?
Nobody does, but it's the cost savings aspect.
Well, sometimes, but that's when you start going, okay, and you do the math, and you can't measure. Well, you have to measure per sheet, but I don't want to do my friggin' math when I'm buying shit like that. I want to say, I don't need 6 rolls. Oh, but if I get 4 rolls of twice as big, then you can't fit them in the paper towel holder, or in the case of toilet paper, the toilet paper holder. And it's like, how do you determine? I came this close to asking ChatGPT. I've got it narrowed down to this. Which is the better deal? That's my question.
They
sounds like a
actually
first
do that
world problem.
The marketers do that deliberately. They change the quantities and the amounts and values because psychologically some things seem like a better deal if they're worded this way as opposed to another way.
Well, and then you break it down. In some places, I'll go to Amazon because they'll occasionally do a price comparison and say it's 10 cents per sheet. Well, this multi-pack is 9 cents per sheet. And you go, okay, am I really going to make that much of a difference to make my deciding between a penny a sheet?
You know, it's odd. The Europeans don't necessarily have this dilemma because I belong to a couple of online social media sites, and they're international. They talk about this every once in a while, and they say, what are you, living in the Stone Age? Just get a bidet. You don't need paper. You don't need toilet paper.
It doesn't replace it. We have a bidet, and it doesn't replace it totally. It helps.
Well, according to them, it does.
Well, they must have a fire hose jet bidet then.
They have high-end bidets over there.
With heaters and warm waters and all that, yeah.
High end for the low end.
Yeah.
The fire hose setting.
Yeah.
Well,
that should line right up to the joke segment, Pat.
Well, it does line up, in fact, because as I said, I don't have a decent gripe, so I thought it'd be a good time for a joke.
That's a perfect time, I think.
Well,
you must have a joke.
Yeah, well, of course I do.
Okay.
Of course I do. I was in my backyard with my son trying to launch a kite. We threw the kite up in the air, the wind would catch it for a few seconds, and then it would crash to the ground. So I tried this for a few times over a course of about an hour, and it just never worked. All the while, my wife was watching from the kitchen window, muttering to herself how men need to they need to be told how to do everything. Because I was telling my son how to do this, and of course it wasn't working out. So anyway, she opens the window, she yells at me, she says, "You need a piece of tail." And I turned around with a confused look on my face and I said, "Make up your mind, will you? Last night you told me to go fly a kite."
That's good. That's good.
All right, I got one.
All right.
Yeah.
This is a joke that I believe I first heard when I was like 12 or 13. And it's about this little kid. He's got the stereotypical Johnny.
Yeah.
He's
Of
got
course.
his little red
Johnny.
wagon. Yeah, he's got a little red wagon, and it's stuck in the mud puddle. And he can't get it out. And he's cursing like a sailor. He's like, F this and F that, blah, 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 blah. And as he's ranting, a priest walks by and hears him, and he says, "You know, little boy, you shouldn't talk like that." He says, "God is everywhere, and he'll hear you." And then Johnny says, "He is?" And the priest says, "Of course he is." And little Johnny says, "Well, is he in that bush over there?" And the priest says, "Yes, he is." And he says, "Well, is he on that corner over there by the mailbox?" And he says, "Well, yes, he is." And little Johnny says, "Well, is he in my little red wagon?" And the priest says, "Yes, he is." And little Johnny says, "Well, tell him to get the fuck out and start pushing."
Oh, little Johnny. A man in Phoenix calls his son in New York a week before Christmas and says, "Hey, Joey, listen, I hate to ruin your holiday season, but I have to tell you that your mother and I are divorcing. 45 years of misery is enough." "Dad, what the hell are you talking about?" the son screams. "We can't stand the sight of each other any longer," the father says. "We're sick of each other. I'm sick of talking about this, so call your sister in Chicago and you tell her. I don't want to deal with it." Well, frantic, the son calls his sister, who explodes on the phone. "Like heck they're getting divorced," she shouts. "I'll take care of this." She calls Phoenix immediately, talks to her father, screams at her father, "You are not getting divorced. Don't you do a single thing until I get there. I'm calling Joey back. We're both going to be there tomorrow. Until then, don't do a damn thing. Do you hear me?" And she slams the phone and hangs up. The old man hangs up the phone, turns to his wife. "It's all set, hon. They're coming for Christmas and they're paying their own way."
That's decent. That's a decent one.
I think that's a pretty good one. I laughed.
Yeah, it's all right. I think we can leave it at that one and move right on to the final segment.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. We still have to stump the Dullards.
We do have to stump.
So who's got a decent
first?
stump?
Well, I've got an old TV one that we tend to fall back on, but I haven't used it yet, and I've been saving it for a few weeks, so
Go for it, Doc.
I'm going to go with it. What 60s sitcom produced two almost equally successful spin-offs? If you can name the shows and the order that they aired, because that's sort of important, I think. The order was confusing to me. The shows I think I can remember. Go ahead.
I think I know.
These
Dick
are
Van Dyke
60s?
Show. And they spawned Mary Tyler Moore and Lou Grant.
Well, that's good. Those aren't the ones I had in mind. What was the first one? Mary Tyler Moore. Was that the first one you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask the question, is it 60s or 70s TV show?
60s. I said, what 60s sitcom?
Oh, wow.
Produced two almost equally successful spin-offs.
Was Petticoat Junction or any of those?
That's one of them, but
okay, so
it's impacted by the order.
Okay, so
and Green Acres.
That is also the third one. What's the first?
Green Acres.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
There you go.
In terms of quotable episodes, I would say that they are second to Beverly Hillbillies to Three Stooges.
It could be, yeah.
Petticoat Junction is the one that I never really got. I mean, I liked, the women were hot,
right,
and I was young, but I never really kind of got into any particular episode. They didn't seem all that funny to me.
It wasn't as outrageous as the Beverly Hillbillies. It was
of course
humorous,
not.
but
or Green Acres for that matter, which was it had Arnold Ziffel and
Fish Out of Water.
That Green Acres is the same situation as the Beverly Hillbillies, except in reverse.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Now, and one little sidebar to this question: name two characters who appeared in all three shows.
Sam Drucker.
Very good.
And Kate Bradley.
I was expecting that to be, but that's not the other one that's mentioned in this particular snippet.
Cousin Pearl?
No, Sam Drucker and Floyd Smoot. I forget who Floyd Smoot was. Who was Floyd?
He was the conductor on the what was the name of the train?
Okay.
The Cannonball?
Yeah, I think that sounds right. They're all in the same fictional world, typically revolving around Hooterville. Right. Very good. Good for you.
Hooterville.
Yep.
What do you got, Pat?
Mine are usually ultra simple, so I might as well just go with it now. In the Little Rascals, since we were kind of back in that era, we're talking about the Stooges. What was the name of the teacher in the Little Rascals?
Miss Crabtree.
Oh God.
Yep, Miss Crabtree.
Not to be confused with Mrs. Corabelle on
Chubsy Ubsy had a crush on her.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Chubsy. Yeah. And that was going to be my follow-up question: is what contemporary show basically channeled that as the teacher's name?
Oh, sorry, I blew it, didn't I? With Mrs. Corabelle.
You sure did.
I was trying to guess ahead. Who was the one? Little Rascals was the most. I used to enjoy it. Not as much as the Stooges, but when Froggy was he a guy for a while? There was a kid that had like a really obnoxious bad voice. Do you remember him at all?
Oh, I remember Froggy, but I thought he was like Chubsy, wasn't he? Didn't they have this kind of this old this?
He did, but he was a skinny kid. He was. When you say Chubsy, I was thinking fat.
Yeah, I was a kid with glasses.
Oh, was it? That was
that was Froggy. Yeah.
Froggy was, yeah. Oh God, unbelievable. Okay.
I could never really understand them. I mean, half the things that they would say, it's a little bit like watching South Park now. If you don't watch it regularly, you can't understand what they're saying. And this was like, the bad audio, the cracks, and everything else in the film.
This isn't my stumper, but how many of the Little Rascals can you name?
Well, Spanky and Alfalfa, Darlene, Froggy.
Darla.
Well, it's a good point. Not as many as you, clearly, but...
There was Buckwheat Farina, Stymie.
Of course.
There was Butch, who was the bully.
Yep.
There was Chubsy. There was Froggy. There was...
I don't remember Chubsy.
Who else? All right, so here's my stumper.
Okay.
You guys have, I'm assuming, seen at least one Disney movie.
Of course.
I'm aware of them.
Well,
and at the beginning,
2 kids, we love them.
And at the beginning, they have this stylized pan over Cinderella's castle, whatever. Right. I forget what it is. My question is, at the top of that castle, there's a flag. What's on the flag?
It's not a Nazi thing, is it?
No, I bet my daughter would know, but she's not here. I could text her, but that's a good
cheating,
question. No, I don't know. I'm
little
making shit up.
Tinkerbell thing.
I would think that would be the case, but no. I've actually 86 Tinkerbell from those intros, I think, didn't they?
Oh no, I don't think so. Recently? I don't know.
I'm trying to remember that. I've seen a few lately.
Okay.
But anyway, the thing that's on the flag is the Disney family coat of arms.
No kidding. Again, there's the stumper master.
Hey, did that just exhaust our content? I think it pretty much did. I think on that note,
That's a good point.
we could say thanks for coming along with us on this little journey, and we do it every week, or more or less every week. Sometimes,
Whether you like it or not.
That's right. And be good, stay good.
Eversham.